No, not into the pit. It burns. Hello, I'm Gaming Wolf Plays, and you heard right. Today we're going into the pit. No one escapes from the pit. It's quite easily escapable. We'll get to meet elevators. We'll just... I have no preamble, sorry. But hey, watch the music transition. Yeah, okay. Alright, first thing, grab that mega armor right at the start. These elevators will go down when you approach them. I suggest going up from the corners instead of going back to the middle to raise them back up. You know, you don't want free acid damage. We got mounds of monsters, so take your pick as to how you want to deal with them. It seems I am obliged to use my butter knife shotgun. And we've got a bunch of imps. And I do mean a bunch. Like they're just hanging out, peas in a pod. All wigging out. The first thing on our agenda is to go to this hexagonal area, which has a BFG inside, but it's also just a fun... This is probably the cool part of the level. I mean, there's a lot of cool parts, but every little sector is a little memorable. Perhaps. Also practice running the rooftops, like that. You just go from corner to corner. One BFG shot, maybe a second BFG shot. That'll do. Then super shotgun the Mancubies, the Kekos, and the Hell Knight. Or rocket them. But I would suggest killing the Mancubies first. They're a high priority because their damage is crazy. And then get rid of the hit scanners. Everything else can wait. So, Imps, Kekos, and Hell Knight / Barons are easier to dodge for me, as you might imagine. That platform keeps going down. It's meant to go down when you wander off, but I think sometimes the monsters are triggering sectors. Not really sure what's going on there. We will not waste any shotguns. Have not, want not. Inside this place is a few more imps, some lost souls, a little tiny maze, and one little door that has the BFG in it. And that's all you have to do here. You don't even have to go here to beat the level. I just thought, you know, it's a cool place. And whenever there's something that counts as secret I don't need to go to, I want to show it off in levels, so. Especially prominent in Doom 2. In Doom 1, it was more like every secret area was kind of near something and quite helpful to you. A lot of these things are quite optional, or they're like gearing you up for later levels. You know, kind of get some practice in. It's a general spatial relationship between objects, or just try to use any unique landmark as a reference point to not get too lost. All right, just one Shadow Pinky. Let's deal with them the nice way. Nice. Oh God. Okay, so we got I hear a pain element out there. It makes a specific sound. I believe the sound is or something. Anyway, it's terrible. I don't like it. This level has plenty of them. Jesus, man. There we go. Oh, you know what? I think there's enough critters in here that, I don't know if I told you this yet, but if there's not enough monsters... I mean, if there's too many monsters, the paint elemental can't spawn anymore? Or something? You can also do this thing where you go in front of it, and it can't spawn any. But for some reason, I never do that. And I always feel like it's just going to hit me in some other way. But, you know, feel free to just cock block it in front of its mouth and see how that works out for you. That was a waste of a good BFG. I could have just chain gunned them, jeez. Here I am critiquing my own gameplay for your benefit before you do it first. Okay, yeah, see, because no lost souls spawned when I killed it. So I don't think that's a glitch. I think that's just the limit of the engine code. In other source ports, that limit doesn't happen, and you could essentially have lost souls for days. We don't want that. We want the engine limitation. Although I guess if you want that better in a more recent computer, maybe you want to try like Chocolate Doom or even Crispy Doom or something. That might be better for you to try overall. At least in terms of just getting acquainted with Doom. But doing it the way I do it, for real, DOSBox, 100%. Unless you get another DOS emulator going, that's fine too. The main thing is that you're playing as the level design is laid out in front of you. Okay, let's take the high road. Now that we're done taking the low road. Oh, yeah, that door doesn't open from that side. There'll be a lost soul in these chambers. My options were shotgun, chain gun, or chainsaw. Aside shotgun, I have no shortage of shots. And again, I'm not trying to rely on melee too much, it's just whenever it occurs to me. I like to think all the levels are possible without ever having used them. Alright, here's a nice little trap. It's not nice. Go over this way, and a bunch of chain gunners will show up! Jesus Christ, man! My only tactic is to BFG them en masse. I mean, if these shotgunners are going to handle them without BFGing it, but these guys, no. This is the one time in the level where the BFG is a very crucial tactic. That could have just hurt me forever. Watch as I forget how to get out, but there's a switch you have to press in order to go back the way you came. This area is not needed without... Sorry. If you're pistol starting, it is for the one gun. Otherwise, no. I think it's like that with that other optional area, whereas if you have a BFG, you could go there for the BFG, so perhaps those areas aren't so optional after all. I'm sure there's a lot of good cases to me where I'd make each level a pistol start experience, but you know what it's really good for? You know, seeing where all the spots are for if you ever do a deathmatch. But the deathmatch would not be balanced in what is essentially single-player campaign maps. That door's still not opening! Okay, there's a lot of weird triggers starting this level where it's just go into this spot. It somehow corresponds with this other spot. I can't tell you because there's no rhyme or reason to it. I just go by memory. And without memory, I have to just try everything. I think without good long-term memory, a lot of these playthroughs would really suck. Alright. That opened up this wall. This wall is kind of important. Each of those switches opens up the opposite door. This will lead to a secret. These elevators will go down, so when you approach them, you go on the first platform, the second one goes down. Then when you go on the second one, the third one goes down, and so forth. So you may be caught in a spot where the one goes back up, and you'll have to go back. I'm also getting gangbanged by lost souls. They're not friendly. The teleporters will take you back up if you happen to fall down here. Or just do that. Wow, I wonder if this is the first level in which, after level 1, I actually bothered to use the pistol. Actually, I might have done that level 2. No. Not too much. Yeah. More lost souls or sauce lows. With them applesauce in the mouth. Oh, skull on fire. Alright. Kinda have to fill the background with explosions. Getting a little roughed up there, but Doomguy's face says I'm okay. That's a cool thing. If you can't tell by the numbers, go by Doom's face. Doomguy's face. Anyway, we get Berserk, Megasphere, excuse me, not Megasphere, Mega Armor, and Soul Sphere, which may as well just be the Megasphere, with the exception of Megasphere bringing you back from 2 1s to 2 200s, so, yeah. Okay, we got a few more pain elementals. My god. So much spawning. Open it back up, please. So, what do you think is a good plan for dealing with pain elementals? Because super shotgunning them, sure, but also stun locking them so they don't really end up spawning anything until after they die, and then rocketing them from a distance or what have you. But you know, it's going to depend on your armory, your supplies. All right, super shotgun them. Shotgunning them normally is going to take a little too long. The chain gun might be a waste. I think it's because I try to change up my guns when I'm approaching half the ammo, just to give them a chance and give some of these weapons some screen time, with the exception of the pistol sometimes. I mean, even regular punch can have its uses when you have berserk like this. Poof, poof, punch, punch. You ever tried to jam your fist in someone's throat? Don't do that. Please do not try this at home, because home is not hell. Earth might be hell. Home isn't. Okay. We're gonna go get the biosuit. This is why I went to this area first, as opposed to the other area, which will also have either acid or mud. Whatever damage they do depends on whoever set the damage numbers at, which can be different for every single acid-like texture. Whether it's acid, lava, mud, blood. Doesn't matter. Hell, sometimes people make water damage textures, which is just downright evil. Okay. With this biosuit, we can go back the other way. There'll be a couple more pain elementals, which... Jesus. But going over here will reveal a map. Yeah, see? Maybe chain guns would have worked here. Actually, maybe even plasma. Oh no, this is okay. Alright, well, chain gun lost souls then, so they don't try to bum rush me when I'm trying to shotgun them instead. Which I would think is more efficient, but this saves me from being hit. You gotta make a trade-off for how much ammo you want to use and how much health you want to lose. Either one or the other, baby. Okay, we have all the keys we need. There are two doors marked with yellow. They go to the same zone. One is higher up than the other. I'm gonna go with the higher up one. I just think having vantage points is smart. There's also this thing I used to do when I went up to the higher area, would be to try to chainsaw a pain elemental, which, you know, I would do on a lower difficulty, for sure. But on Ultraviolence, now you've got like a Keiko and a Mancubus there, and then a Hell Knight. It's like, nah man. Collect some chain gun supplies, so now we also have chain gun littering, in addition to shotgun littering. This is only gun drops, really. And of course, the infantry guys dropping pistol ammo. I don't know if any other monster drops a particular item. There is a game in which every monster has the capacity to drop an item. I would like to do that. Okay, that went off really well. In fact, I think luck might have been on my side for the damage roll. It'd be cool if I could get a mod so I could see what my damage is, so I can see when I'm doing like high rolls as opposed to low rolls. That'd be tougher with seeing the rocket because of how the splash works, but yeah. Or what monsters have resistance. The code's somewhere. I mean, it's open. The code is open source, not the actual level design. That's copyrighted. But the code for making your Doom Engine game isn't. So feel free. Yeah, this is terrible, man. We've got all these shadow pinkies here in the bright of the dark. Chain gunning is best. Why? So you can see, of course. That's all for your pit experience. No Kid Icaruses were filmed in the making. Or as some people might pronounce it, Kid Icarus! No. That's terrible, cuz! Captain Edmund, the Game Master. Quite a bunch of nonsense. Quite a bunch. It's gonna start sounding more like sports commentary. Where I'm just like, doing the Madden thing, which is being like, it goes this way, then it goes this way. Part X, part Y. Go from A to B. Things happen. In our world. Man. Who wants to do the part times for Doom 2? Maybe you do? Those levels are lasting long enough that the music has enough time to change itself by an octave. There'll be plenty of that coming to you. See you next time. Bye-bye.